number 72 of the 3 Count Out podcast. We have an absolutely insane couple of weeks here for you because the 3 Count Out podcast is getting ready to go to ColossalCon, which means over these next 2 weeks, we are doing a double. So we are going to be having an insane couple hours of recording for you. We're going to be talking wrestling. We're going to be talking football. We're going to be talking whatever the fuck we're talking. I don't even know. We're going to figure it out. My name is Era-V1. Joining me as always, Jackal Joker and Mike. Gentlemen, how you doing? It's a beautiful day, and it is a beautiful Monday to sit down here and talk for an extremely long amount of time.
I mean, we talked that long anyways, and in other exciting news, I got to pee in a cup today for a drug test.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Mike.
Did you pass?
Oh, we'll find out in like 3 days, but I mean, I live a pretty boring life, so probably. Unless those bagels were as good as I thought they were. Oh boy.
Shit.
I don't understand the female orgasm. Hi, I'm Jackal.
What?
I just thought we were sharing. I don't know. I shared
that's
some
the
about
podcast for the 2 weeks.
Jackal, you
It's
don't
been
have to
fun.
say all your thoughts out loud. You don't.
Listen, I thought it was sharing time, and I thought we were just talking about things that we were going through. It's something that was, in the front of my mind, and I just thought I'd let my
That's what you were busy about with.
We're sitting down to record the podcast, and on the front of your mind is the female orgasm?
It's just things it's shower
Then
thoughts.
It should be.
But without
You're
actually
in the
taking
shower?
a shower. Little live, scrub-a-dub-dub, Jackal's in a tub for the 3 Counted Out podcast. This shower water tastes really good. What do we got on the schedule today, fellas, besides the the female agenda or whatever? What did I say? I'm very confused.
Christ.
This is
And
the
thus
best intro.
concludes the 3 Counting Out podcast.
This
There
is
goes-
going to be long.
There goes everything.
Oh God! Remember when it was just man? I made a stupid Hawk Tua joke, and that was the extent of my intros. And now it's this. Jeez
We've
Louise!
fallen a long way.
What a fall from grace, and grace ain't even the right word for it.
It's like going from cocaine to bad heroin.
Oh my God! It's like starring in Sharknado to all of a sudden now we're all three in Cocaine Bear.
Like
Hey, I watched that
cocaine
movie.
and
It's pretty
bad
good.
heroin, we do have 2 pay-per-views this week.
Oh my God! I think that segue just gave me hemorrhoids. Oh my God!
No, I think whatever you were doing before the podcast probably gave you hemorrhoids.
Hey now.
You don't
He
need to
said
talk
he
about
said
that.
2, not one, but 2 pay-per-views.
Well,
Yes.
I guess Saturday Night Main Event is more a PLE.
Oh, that
Yeah.
don't even count.
Yeah.
It's a pay-per-view on NBC TV.
It's a premium live event and a pay-per-view for AEW on Sunday.
So we had a little back-to-backs of one Friday Night SmackDown, Saturday Night's Main Event, and the AEW one is called
Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing. Are we okay? I like Double or Nothing season. That's a classic one that I'm at least aware of.
Yeah, Double or Nothing is one of their crazier ones. But we're going to start talking about Saturday Night's Main Event because that's the one that is happening on Saturday, first in the weekend. So
Oh boy.
we are opening up Saturday Night's Main Event with your World Heavyweight Championship bout. Your reigning defending World Heavyweight Champion, the Yeetmeister himself, Jey Uso, going up against the prime Logan Paul contract boy. I don't like that Logan Paul put himself into this probably with this prime contract. That's what I choose to believe here.
I'm trying to be a better WWE fan in the year of our Lord 2025. I'm trying to be more I'm not saying like blind positivity as opposed to the overwhelming negativity from some of the people that we've had on this show. However, it's certainly a thing that your most underwhelming match, well, one of your most underwhelming matches from WrestleMania has now led to the Yeet Man's first title defense being against Suicide Forest himself. It's certainly a choice. Out of all the choices that WWE could have made, this is certainly one of them.
It is one of them.
It's one of them, and I don't know if it's the right one or not. Especially since it feels like Jay is more involved with the Seth faction, which I'm assuming does not have a name yet? Question mark.
I don't know if they have a name. I mean, people online are just calling them like the New Alliance, just
okay,
because the Dangerous Alliance, which I like that, but I don't know if WWE officially put a name on them or not.
For instance, since technically his first title defense was against Seth, if we're being technical, because it was. If we're being technical, it is, and he has had more screen time with Seth, Braun, and Paul as opposed to Logan as of late, because I think it was last Raw where the show closed, Jay's running around doing high fives, and I see it on social media following Raw where Hogan Law absolutely clocks him in the face with the one lucky punch, which is, I think, his signature now, not his finisher, because that's the pulverizer. Thought it was the prime pile driver, but
good Lord.
Yeah, I mean, this just feels like Wyatt's part of his contract, like Prime will sponsor the WWE, but we have to be on ringside and we have to be on all your stuff, and I get a main event match, and it's and that it's just sprinkled in there, and this is just Triple H going, well, I gotta get him in there somehow. He's paying big bucks. We gotta appease him. We gotta get him through. Honestly, I just feel like this shows the problem that Jey Uso has had with a lot of his matches. Like when we were, a lot of these matches with Jey Uso, it's like they're kind of underwhelming leading into them. Like we're looking at it, we're like, it's for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso's gonna win. He's popular. He's gonna win. Yeah, it's not gonna be a good match, but he's gonna win. It's gonna be fun.
What bugs me is that he's grown into a pretty good promo giver. Like he out of everybody, he has enough emotion on his face that you go, this might actually be real, what he's talking about. He's so good at doing a promo, and then they just don't fucking worry about it other than that. Like, he cuts one or two good promos, and they're like, good enough. And they just let it go. And why, if you're going to legitimize somebody's fucking title defense and being a champion, do you go, let's put him with Logan Paul? Not somebody that's been a champion before, not somebody that's like world champion material, but this dipshit. The only way Logan Paul should even sniff near that title is if he becomes a part of Seth Rollins' fucking group somehow. And I don't want that either. I don't want Logan Paul anywhere near a ring anymore. I hate him. Go away. Go far away.
Far, far away in Neverland, starring Shrek 2 with Fairy Godmother singing the best animated movie song of all time. I do think it does speak volumes that, Jay's first PLE defense is against a Logan Paul, and also on Saturday night's main event, not a payback or not a backlash or not a Money in the Bank, because I think to wrap up this part, I think it ends messy with Seth's group getting involved to set up something again, not at Money in the Bank, because I also think they're going to try to squeeze in another fucking Blood Money show in between Money in the Bank and Evolution. I think they're going to do a Night of Champions. I could realistically see a Jay, Seth, Logan Paul triple threat in Saudi Arabia, because the Saudi prince is a big old maverick. I think that man has a ton of prime stocked up in his fridge. He loves a Logan Paul overseas right there. So unfortunately, I do think Jey Uso wins. However, I also don't think this is the last of Logan Paul either.
Who out of Seth Rollins or Braun Breaker, who do you have getting the World Heavyweight Championship first? Because it's obvious that whoever gets it first, the other one's going to turn on them and take it off them, right? Like that's where this is going to go. But so you think it's Seth and then Braun takes it off Seth?
Yeah, so that
makes the most sense.
This is all a big ploy to get Seth the belt first and then do the Batista turn where Braun turns on him and eventually gets the belt.
See, that's what I think too. But I've seen dumbasses online that think that Braun's going to take it first. And I like Braun Breaker a lot. But what they're setting up there is essentially Braun Breaker just getting stomped, literally, by Seth Rollins. And that's not what he needs at this point. Like, I don't... I don't know if people want him to go fucking back down to NXT or what, but like he's ready to be on Raw and he's ready to have these titles around his waist. So anybody who says that he's not going to be winning it after Seth is fucking wild. Anybody who online is saying that he's going to win it first, they're like, oh, they're setting it up for Braun Breaker. No, they're setting it up for Seth to take it off him, and then Braun Breaker's going to spear the shit out of him.
The only way I could see Seth winning it second would be if he goes, hey, this whole plan has been for you to get the belt. And he gets Braun the belt. And then he wins Money in the Bank. And he goes, well, of course I'm cashing it in on SmackDown. And then on a random fuck-off Raw, Braun gets jumped by somebody and Seth comes in, stomps him on the briefcase and beats him. Because Seth is also a backstabbing bastard. That's the only way that happens. But other than that, no, there's no... Like, Seth wins it, Paul aligns with Braun turns on Seth, then we have Braun with the belt with Paul as his backup, or as his manager.
If they did that, what would be, like, if they did the whole Money in the Bank thing, what's the point of that, Like, what do you
somehow
accomplish?
Make Braun a babyface, even though he doesn't need to be.
Yeah, I feel like you could make Braun a babyface. Look at how Braun was received when he was doing the fucking Steiner math promo at WrestleMania. If you want him to be a babyface, he could just go out there and be a babyface. The crowd is ready to love him whenever you want them to love him.
Well,
you think people are going out there and barking like dogs when he's out there because they hate him? Like
his biggest babyface phase was in a tag team they decided to fucking throw away.
Yeah, with Baron Corbin. That was fucking great. The Wolf Dogs. I love that. With a W.
So did everybody.
They
just went, nah.
I think from my perspective, at least, as someone who is a fan of Braun Breaker, not necessarily a mega fan or, oh my God, I love Braun Breaker so much. I do think he is 100,000,000% not ready for a world title at the moment. In the future, get him with Seth, get him with Paul, which he already is. Let it boil, let it cook, let him learn, let him grow, let him watch from Seth literally do what Triple H did for Orton and Batista. Keep them both right fucking there so they can see and learn from somebody who has this figured out. And then when the moment's right, you flip that switch. But until that moment comes, it's not right now.
Well, we will see if that moment comes during their tag team match, because Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker also have a tag team match at Saturday night's main event, going up against CM Punk and Sami Zayn. So I think you're right, setting up that blood money triple threat. I feel like definitely between the two of these, it's probably Seth and Braun coming out on top. I think they're just gonna... Especially with Punk and Sammy on the other side, that is, Sammy's in there the entire time getting his ass beat. Punk comes in at the end but gets his ass beat, and then Seth and Braun look really good.
I was going to ask, is this where we reveal the next member
Ooh, maybe.
So.
Who do you think a third could be? That's an interesting idea.
Are we going by what my fucking fever dream was last night? Or
Yeah, would you like to explain?
Please,
would you like to tell us
So
your
I
dream?
wish-
So real quick. When you
Yes.
explain it though, I want you to explain it like you actually believe that this is going to happen.
Okay. I wish I could remember her name. Because it was the last thing I saw before bed, besides for one cursed ass TikTok, which is what actually sent me to bed. I was like, well, that's enough. I need to go to bed now.
Fair, valid.
Yeah. But the winners of LFG, one of them is a jacked looking black girl. I don't know her name. But in my dream, she was one of the members, and she was just cleaning house. She was trashing everything. And along with her were Jey Uso.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Something clearly has to happen for that to align. And then another one that, they had a feud back and forth, so it's one of those you would never expect it, was Matt Riddle.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hired back to WWE. Secret signing.
Bro.
And yeah, so
shout out Randy Orton.
In my lovely fever dream that happened, it was Seth and Braun just beating down somebody in the ring. Meanwhile, these three were basically going through, taking out production, taking over. They were saying, this is our show now, we run this. This is for us. We're taking back what belongs to us. And I mean, it would be three people in that group that nobody would have picked ever. In the history of ever.
Well, I don't even think smoking up and trying to figure it out, I would even try to come across that combination of people.
If Matt Riddle shows up at Saturday night's main event, then we know for sure Triple H listens to this podcast.
if Matt Riddle shows up at Saturday night's main event, I will give a listener of this program $1,000.
Holy shit. Putting it out there. But hey, Mike, I think you're onto something here though, because you were talking about the female winner of LFG. I think adding a female member to this group is kind of what you need nowadays. The obvious choice is Becky Lynch because of Seth Rollins.
Which I don't want, because you need somebody you can build up.
Yeah.
And she doesn't need that, clearly.
Yeah. And I think somebody who would kind of fit well in this, because I feel like Seth Rollins always surrounds himself with like enforcers. He never really... He wants big buff people around him. He wants jacked, scary people around him. And the first mind that I go to is Zoe Stark. So
really,
yeah. And I don't think she's doing anything.
Well, isn't she in with? Unless I'm thinking of someone else. Who's in with the Chad Gable group?
Ivy Nile.
That's Ivy Nile.
That's who I'm. Yep. Sorry. That's how little some of these women on the roster have personalities right now. So that's my bad. That's on me, dog.
Well, you can thank WWE for that.
Oh, of course. Oh, of course. Absolutely. That's WWE's fault.
What are you, a strong female woman? We already have one of those named Rhea Ripley. You don't get to have a personality. Back of the line.
Get out of here. Scram. Go on. Get.
Because Zoe Stark, she was with fucking
Pure Fusion Collective.
Yeah, that one. And half of them, or a third of them, got laid off or whatever. So like, I feel like she's always just had that potential though, and she's always had that look about her where you're like, damn, dog, like she could really be a star. Like she has that. She passes that airport test that people talk about, and I feel like she's somebody that if she doesn't have to talk much, that's a good spot for her. And that's not anything against her. She does have good promos. She can give good promos. But when you're that kind of just enforcer, mean character, you shouldn't have much of a voice. It's just the stereotype that you should play into.
I could see it, and thankfully the fact that she is there with a Seth Rollins and with a Paul Heyman definitely gives her a safety cushion to fall back on. But from
And
my
she's
perspective,
jacked, and Triple H likes jacked
which
women.
helps, which helps, which helps. From my perspective, at least, I've been going down the more the route in wrestling as of late, where sometimes it's okay to just call out the obvious thing in which WWE is trying to do. Because at the moment, gentlemen, please correct me if I'm wrong, it does smell like a Sami Zayn heel turn is coming to eventually align with the Naughty Naughty Boys and Paul Heyman. As much as he does not need it, and that would suck, that does seem to be the way that the story is heading at the moment. I don't like it. I don't like it, but sometimes it's okay to call out the obvious stuff. And right now, that's how it looks like it's happening. And in the back of my mind, I know that the next Royal Rumble for 2026 is going to be held at fucking Blood Money. And right now, it's looking like that maybe might be the heavy favorite before Sami Zayn.
I think they're just doing that because of the tag team match. I think you're just getting worked, brother.
Hey, we'll see after Saturday. We'll see.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you're right with the whole Sammy thing. I would love for them to just pull a big ass swerve and have it be, even though they quote unquote hate each other's guts, have it be CM Punk instead.
Ooh.
Who becomes like a Ric Flair group.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, yep. Thanks, Mike. You just gave me.
Put all of their hatred aside just to be with Paul Heyman, form the mega group.
Mm-hmm.
That will catch you off guard.
Oh, now we're talking. That's never going to happen.
Somewhere.
That'd be great.
No,
because there's way too much money in CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Way too much money to take that off the table.
Hey, this match, regardless, we'll see what the outcome is. But unfortunately, I think the tag team of Seth and Braun are too new, too fresh at the moment to be taking any losses anytime soon. I think the brand new alliance is going to be the ones picking up the win at Saturday night's main event.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I think, talking about new tag teams popping up, I think we can also talk about stale storylines finally getting the axe, because Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre will put it all to rest in a steel cage. Oh, this is going to be violent. This is going to be... There's two types of steel cage matches. There's the steel cage matches where the cage is used for flippy shit, like AEW. And then there's the cage matches where the cage is used as a weapon. And that's what this match is going to be. And this is a WWE now that does blood and does blood well. And these are two dudes that have done blood and have done blood well. This is going to be an extremely bloody match. This is going to be an extremely violent match. These guys have tried to kill each other for multiple pay-per-views now. This has been going on for way too long. I'm assuming somebody is probably getting thrown off the top of the cage.
Oh,
I don't know who. I'm assuming that's where this is going. And hopefully WWE actually sticks to their word of this being the end of the rivalry of Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. At least for the time being.
I like how we had Drew kill him a month ago, and then it was just like, never mind. One more time.
Well, Drew killed him, and then Damian killed him, and now it's a rubber match.
Yeah, they had to scoop all of Drew's brain right into the back of his head again after Backlash. I think he left a piece of him on the concrete back in St. Louis.
Well, that's why he agreed to a steel cage.
That's true. That is true. This feud definitely has been cooking since the Rumble. And at this point, I think we can all agree that shit burnt because it's about to be June.
Should have been done in
What's
Mania.
up, Mike?
You know,
No.
if somebody else was still in charge, these two would be a fucking tag team after this.
You're right. They'd go to
So
anger
never say never,
therapy.
guys. You never know when inspiration's going to strike.
You're right. They'd go to anger therapy, and then they'd be a tag team. They'd hug it out in the middle of the ring.
God. Oh my God.
You're right.
Instead of being the bar, they'd be
The bisexual Claymore.
Ooh, I like it.
Hey, that's a good name. That's a good name.
The Claymore of infamy.
Ooh.
That's a copyright 3 Counted Out podcast circa 2025. That's ours. You can't fucking touch it, WWE. Damn it. I think I just want these two to this. In my opinion, this is going to be match of the night by
hell yeah,
fucking
Absolutely.
far.
Oh yeah.
It sucks that it's going to be a Saturday night's main event because they should give these two plenty of time to cook. And knowing the way that commercials work in America, that's not going to be the case, unfortunately. So it's probably it's going to be good. It could be better. I'm excited for it to be done. I'm a big Drew fanboy. I love Drew a lot more than Damian, so I'm gonna say Drew. And I do think one, if not both of them, are going to end up in this year's Money in the Bank ladder match, which is in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's soon.
Yeah, something like that. It's in a couple
Something
weeks. It's coming up. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta talk about that soon. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Night of Champions, and then Evolution, and then SummerSlam, and all back to back to back. It's so this schedule is so fucking tight.
There's so much shit. I'm gonna say, give me Drew. I feel like Drew's been just shafted. I feel like the entire time we've had this podcast, it's been like, this should be Drew's opportunity. You need to give it to Drew, and then just nothing happens, and it's like,
yeah. He's been the one putting everybody else over.
Hey, Drew, you don't get to win in your home country, but you get to go out there and sing. Yeah.
God damn, that was stupid. Hey, you just lost. Do you want to sing a fucking tune, bud?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'd rather shit in my hands and clap, thanks.
Yeah. No, so this needs to be Drew McIntyre kicking Damian Priest's head in. This needs to be violent. It needs to be bloody. Drew McIntyre needs to look like a fucking boss.
Well, hey, thankfully, last year you were there live and in concert for his 5 minutes of fame.
Mm-hmm. 5 minutes and 46 seconds.
Where he crawled on the announce table like a sexual predator at CM Punk, and then it was weird. Is history, and here we are.
It was weird, and we all went, "What? Wait, why is he doing that?" And then we went, "Oh,
that's why
they're cashing in." Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh.
And it's over. Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to take off my Drew McIntyre hoodie. Put that back in my backpack.
Gonna go home and cry so we can talk about the next Saturday night's main event, man.
Yeah. I took off my Drew McIntyre hoodie and I replaced it with the jersey of the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Because the main event of Saturday night's main event, the greatest of all time, the never seen 17, John Cena going up against the ungrateful R-Truth.
What do you mean ungrateful? You mean Rob? This should be a title match, goddammit.
Ungrateful. He interrupted John Cena's time during the presser. John Cena was ready to finally open up to the press, and R-Truth came up and robbed the press of that opportunity.
Hey, it's his biggest fan who's looked up to him his whole career.
Well, he's got to wait. You got to wait in line. You got to sit in a chair. You got to sit in a chair like the. Listen, we're trying to get into a presser. If we're trying to wait in line, R-Truth can wait in line too.
No, because we're not going to ask people their fucking Waffle House order. We'll already be in there. Not asking stupid goddamn questions.
You're right. I should have gone to Philly Fan Expo to ask John Cena his Waffle House order.
I would have hoped he would have put you through a table too.
So, I remember what you said last week, Mike, when you said that this match wasn't for me. This match wasn't for me. It's going to be fun, goofy little Cena R-Truth match. But now that it's not for the title, do I have another leg to stand on that this is just a little bit more stupid now that it's not even for the championship?
No, now it's only stupid. Before it was amazing.
Can I make it a little bit better for you, Jackal?
for me, please, because I'm trying my best.
WWE has added extra dates to John Cena this year. They have not specified how many.
That's okay.
But they said that they have added extra. So this is a non-title match. That may be something we start to see out of John Cena now.
Bullshit.
Because
hey, you say bullshit, I say good, because not every match that John Cena has should be for the title. Because some
but a match
dream
on a PLE against R-Truth, it should be.
Well, maybe if R-Truth was actually, a viable number one contender.
This man's been an NWA champion. I won't stand for R-Truth heritage.
God. Hold on, Mr. Philly. This is the same man last week that was saying hashtag we want truth. Because of the comment of the week this week, I actually have 5 comments of the week. From Michael Harvey, R-Truth winning the world championship. That would be clutch.
That would be.
GMVR Anuez, R-Thrut can win.
But he messed it up.
Lose to John. I would be fine with that.
But he messed up his opportunity.
From Jeffrey Blue, put Truth in the Hall. I'm assuming Hall of Fame.
Truth should be in the Hall of Fame, actually. He should be.
He has to go outside.
Stick him in the hallway. From Necros, 25. Cena purposely losing to Truth and beating him on Monday to get 18 would be awesome. From Ryan Lewis, 5:30. WWE main event is a glorified house show. Nothing significant will happen. Oh,
Fair.
That one's a bit of a bummer to close on.
Fair.
Hey,
well, I mean, he's right.
Just because we all know that doesn't make a fucking difference.
Yeah.
You don't gotta call it out, Ryan.
Listen, I love John
Jeez
Cena.
Louise.
I love R-Truth. This should have been a title match. It really should have been. This is a robbed
Here's the
opportunity,
thing.
man.
This is the only thing about it, right? You know Cena was going to beat him regardless.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But there's always that little in the back of your mind, what if?
But what if? Yeah.
What if when R-Truth starts using Cena's moves to come back against him, which he's going to do, I could bank money on that. He's going to use the 5 moves of doom to come back. He's going to hit him with an AA and get a 2 count. And it'll be one of those you're like, there's no fucking way. But your mind's going, what are they?
Now let me throw this out there. This is not a title match.
Yep. I was just about to say that.
So what if R-Truth beats John Cena? John Cena, the past 2 matches, has started to show remorse for being a heel and has started to show remorse for being a dick to the press during the press conferences. The Rock is nowhere to be found. Travis Scott was only there during WrestleMania. What if? Oh boy. What if?
I think it was very, as much as I hate it, and I think it's very stupid. Don't get me crystal clear there. I think it's also very deliberate that this is not a championship match, and also that this is on Saturday night's main event. I think the silly goofiness is going to take over. I think there might be some shenanigans, since I've heard rumblings and rumors. I'm not saying maybe in this match, but Cody Rhodes is eyeing a comeback here. He's ready to get back into the swing of things. I do think through shenanigans and R-Truth being his old R-Truth self, I'm going to actually go out on a limb here. I say R-Truth beats John Cena in his retirement tour.
Whoa.
Now that it's not for the title, I feel a little bit more confident with that pick.
Wow. Oh my.
Here's what I see. I see R-Truth pulling out the 5 moves of doom. I see R-Truth hitting the 5 knuckle shuffle.
Yep.
I see R-Truth hitting the AA. Going for the pin. Hooking the leg. The ref goes down. 1, 2. Cena gets a shoulder up.
Oh my God.
Because it's John Cena. It's the GOAT. John Cena, running his mouth, just gets back up, gives R-Truth a little bit of an attitude adjustment of his own, goes down. 1, 2. R-Truth kicks out. R-Truth pops up. They just maybe a little bit of back and forth, throwing hands, throwing lefts, throwing rights. R-Truth grabs him, takes him down into an STF. John Cena taps.
Whoa.
John Cena's never tapped, correct? Since he's been John Cena. I mean,
never give up.
I don't know if he did. I don't know if he did when he was in the tights.
Did
Never give up, Mike. Never
Punk
give up.
beat him back in the day with a GTS or Anaconda Vice? That's
GTS.
Yeah, that's right now. That's the only moment that I could ever think of. I don't know. Hold on, Jackal will check his sources, and I'll get back to you in uno momento.
Because this is heel John Cena. This is a John Cena that's not holding himself to the same, to the same standards that old John Cena. Hustle, loyalty, respect. That's not this John Cena. That's R-Truth now. R-Truth is the old John Cena. Right? Like that's the values of this match heading into it. John Cena is 100% as the heel willing to tap in a non-title match. What does he have to lose? He's in a submission hold. What? If he wants to stay a heel, then the next week he'll say, "Yeah, you get into my hold. Of course. See how many people have tapped. How many people have I made submit with my hold? Of course I tapped out." Right? It's not like he's losing any credibility there. He's tapping out to his own hold that he's beat countless other people with. So I mean, I feel like that's really something that they could do. Now, is R-Truth actually gonna fucking put an STF on John Cena? I have no fucking clue. But this is a non-title match, and when it's a non-title match, that means things can happen. Yep. Now I think this should be a title match. I really do. I'm excited that John Cena's getting extra dates. I'm excited that means that we may see some non-title matches for John Cena, but this should have been a title match.
So real quick to check my sources, John Cena has tapped out to 3 men in his entire lifetime. One is in AEW, one is retired, and one's dead. And all of these happened before the year 2005.
That's what I thought. Okay.
One was in the tights.
He became real John Cena.
Yes, one was in the tights. However, if we're going off of by his attire, the other 2 were in jorts. Technically,
this is like John Cena, right?
Doctor of Thugonomics. Those men are Kurt Angle, Jericho, and Chris Benoit.
And R-Truth.
And R-Truth this Saturday night, baby.
What a fucking list.
I think it goes one of two ways. Either they realize that The Rock fucked them over and they go to fix their mistakes and try and make him a good guy again. Which isn't great, but it's what you have to do sometimes. And if that's the case, I think that means we see more of John Cena becoming a good guy here. Otherwise, I think it's a nice, simple kick to the dick, and off we go.
Ooh, maybe that old school like Orton Cena whatever match that they did where
the slap,
the slap of the ref where disqualified himself just instantly. He doesn't even want to do it.
That could be.
There's a chance. However, I'm sticking with my boy R-Truth. 55-year-old R-Truth getting a win over John Cena's retirement tour, baby. Let's go.
Well, I mean, hey, it's the battle of the geriatrics, right? I mean,
oh, you ain't fucking kidding, Bubba. God damn, dude.
Well, you can watch a bunch of old dudes fight Saturday night, and then Sunday night you can watch a bunch of some young dudes and some old dudes fight. Because Sunday night we have AEW Double or Nothing, which is one of their bigger ones.
But so far only 7 matches.
It's 7? What? I only see 6.
At least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Fellas, if we're honest with each other, knowing AEW, it'll be 16 by the time the actual pay-per-view happens.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I see the one that I'm missing. It's fine. Okay. So, Double or Nothing. It's going to be it's one of their bigger pay-per-views. Going to be from where are they from this year? They're from Arizona. They're going to be from Glendale. Fuck yeah. We're going to be a little bit from the desert. That's actually a very good place for AEW. They do very, very good out there.
Real quick question. Hello, Mr. They the Jane Jackal actually stands for AEW. Big AEW fan over here.
Sure.
What's the next big show from Texas? I remember it vaguely because Mike said that like the 18th generation of Von Erichs are going to be performing at it.
Oh,
it's
in
all
Texas?
in.
All in. Okay, all in.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was about to say all out, but I didn't feel right. Okay.
Hey,
Anyways,
yeah.
real
continue.
quick sidebar. Speaking of all in, Darby Allin scaled Mount Everest.
It's
Oh,
about
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
It's
Darby
about
Allin
time.
planted the AEW flag on the
Oh,
top
Jesus
of Mount
Christ.
Everest.
I didn't see that
Suck
part.
it, Vince
Oh, yeah.
McMahon.
Man,
Who did
that'll teach him.
TKO kill to get up there to plant the WWE flag?
They hire in Shayna Baszler one more time to go up there and do
Goldberg
it.
could
She'll
never.
get it done. Oh, Goldberg. Oh, that's right. Old, bald, and Jewish. The perfect combination of climbing a mountain.
Hey, we were talking about this. We were talking about this before we started recording, but I'll say it here. Darby Allin got hit by a bus, wrestled a pay-per-view, and then climbed Mount Everest.
Better man than I, because I would not ever consider doing any of that after getting hit
Yeah.
by a greyhound.
Yeah, I'd be sitting at home collecting that fat check. I would not be
Hell yeah,
climbing
man.
Mount Everest.
Jeez Louise, is his tiny ass on the card, or is he still going to be
No.
stuck in Serbia or whatever?
No, yeah, I think he's still descending the mountain at that point. But opening up Double or Nothing, we have the final for the men's Owen Hart Foundation Cup tournament. Hangman Adam Page versus Will Ospreay, a matchup that we have seen time and time and time again, and a matchup that continues to deliver time and time and time and time again. These two guys know each other like the back of their hand, but like I feel like these are two guys that like no matter how many times they get in the ring, they always find a way to make it different. And that's something that I really, really love. I'm going to be watching this one, eyes peeled. Personally, I would love to see Hangman win this one. I feel like he just kind of needs something right now. It feels like he's just been a little bit without it. Will Ospreay is kind of always getting the push from Tony Khan anyway because he's Will Ospreay. So hopefully this is Hangman's moment. But at the same time, it's an AEW card. Tony Khan loves playing favorites, and he loves Will Ospreay. So it'll probably be Will Ospreay. But I hope it's Hangman.
Oh, fair point.
I know that Tony Khan is a little crackhead or whatever Javon Evans called him on Twitter. And I know
What a bold
that,
move.
Right? Yeah. I know when people stick up for AEW and more importantly stick up for Tony Khan himself, he really does appreciate that. And when Will Ospreay, sorry, hold on, my tongue just broke right there real quick.
Words are hard. It's okay. Words are hard.
When Will Ospreay gets on Twitter or an interview or wherever it happened, and he said, "Oh mate, yeah, AEW's better than WWE and all accounts, yeah. We'll mop the floor with those clowns, yeah." I'm sure Tony Khan really appreciated that, and I know he likes to reward people that he appreciates, and Hangman is unfortunately a good company man. So I think Will Ospreay is getting the win here as a special little handy from TK to maybe move on to a world title shot, because I would love to see Will Ospreay with the world title on him sooner rather than later, please.
Well, you know,
We'll see.
I feel like Will Ospreay is. I feel like he has every right to sing AEW's praises because his fucking travel schedule is insane, and AEW pays for all of that.
Oh yeah.
And like the fact that he's able, like he would not have that schedule if he was with the WWE. He would not be able to see his kids. Like legitimately for Will Ospreay, yes, AEW is the better option for him. And I feel like people online don't realize that for some, like WWE is the larger platform, obviously, but there's flexibility with AEW that you don't get with WWE, and ultimately Tony Khan's checkbook is the same size as WWE's.
Well, not anymore.
Wait, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess until the Netflix, but I mean, even then, if you're a big enough name, though, you'll still get enough money. You'll get that network money.
something we've said time and again, and it's true, because don't get me wrong, does AEW have storylines here and there? Yes. Timeless Tony Storm is one of them. Tony Storm has knocked it out of the park being Timeless Tony Storm. It's incredible. Some of the storylines they have done have worked really well. Hangman being a rat bastard because of Swerve and then having his redemption kind of coming through. Kenny Omega just in general, pretty much anything he does. But ultimately, like, WWE is where you go to watch a storyline. It is wrestling entertainment. AEW is where you go when you want to watch really good fucking matches. Because I'll be honest, if they're on at the same time, there's a pretty solid chance that the AEW card is going to mop the floor with a WWE card. If you don't have to care about the storylines. If you care about the storylines, WWE is going to do better.
There is a solid chance that the AEW card is going to be better, unless you happen to be watching Double or Nothing and you pull up this card during this next match, the 2025 Women's Owen Hart Foundation Cup Tournament Final, Jamie Hayter versus Sasha Christ for her 5th belt. That's what this is going to be for Sasha
she lost
Christ.
One.
Did she?
She lost one or two, yeah.
Which one did she lose?
She lost the New Japan one.
Oh, okay. So she'll just get 4 belts again.
I mean, if I was them, you have Jamie Hayter coming back. You strap the rocket to fucking Jamie Hayter's ass again and pick back up where you left off.
Absolutely. But they won't do that because it's Mercedes Moné. It's Sasha Christ, Mike. They have to put everything behind her. She has to have all of the belts, so that way when she does her fucking dance, it hits the lights or whatever. I don't fucking know. At this point, I don't understand why Mercedes Moné keeps getting these opportunities. I thought when she came to AEW, she said she already wanted to leave. Why are they giving her any opportunities?
I mean, don't get me wrong. She does have, when she's in the ring with somebody good, she does put on a really good match. It's just, is she worth all those belts? No. And clearly there's something we don't see that a lot of other people do. Maybe it's because we were so fucking overexposed when it was her and Charlotte back and forth for like 4 months, just constantly winning off the belt off of each other.
Yeah.
Because I mean, before that, when it was her and Bayley, putting on Iron Man matches, bangers, great, doing phenomenal. But I mean, now it's just it's excessive, especially when it's at the disadvantage or not the benefit of all of the other women on the card.
Yeah, I mean, Jamie Hayter definitely earned this spot and should be in this spot, but Mercedes Moné does not need to be there. There are plenty of other women in AEW that are waiting for any opportunity to step up, and they're not getting it.
I mean, when you have all these women on your roster, like at one point, the AEW women's roster was head and shoulders better than WWE once upon a time. It's certainly not that way. What? I mean, it's closer. I don't know if it's head and shoulders WWE right now. But Mariah May on her way out, like you guys talked about with Dream on the program, you had Paige for a cup of coffee, and she's already gone and away. You have Athena on your roster, but she's left to fucking rot in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
But yet, of course, Sasha Christ at the top of the card with her entirety of her Twitter fan base being the only thing that makes her worth a shit is constantly getting opportunities over and over and over again. It's such a weird thing where the reason she left WWE to begin with is that she wasn't getting those opportunities. And now with AEW, she's the only one getting those opportunities. It's weird because it goes into my pick. Since she's the only one getting those opportunities, of fucking course she's going to win this. Of course she's going to win the Owen Hart Classic. Should she? Absolutely not. Is she going to? You better believe it.
Yeah, I mean, I hate that you're right. It's because it's not what I want. I want Jamie Hayter to win. Jamie Hayter was gone for an extended period of time because of an injury, and now that she's back, I mean, you need to get her back to being Jamie Hayter. So I think she should win, and I'm going to go against my judgment because is Sasha going to win? Probably. But I'm picking Jamie Hayter.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you got to switch it up, you know? But and then going with Jamie Hayter is the fan favorite pick, I feel like. I feel like between the two, people are behind Jamie Hayter right now. It's Tony Khan that's behind Mercedes Moné.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's also the people that pay $100 a month to text Mercedes Moné that are especially behind Mercedes Moné. Yeah.
Excuse me, ¿por qué? What was that?
Oh, you didn't hear about this? Yeah.
No.
She launched a service where you can pay her $100 a month and you can text her.
Huh.
Like actually her for $100 a month.
Oh God, I can think of 100 different things better to do with $100.
Oh,
than
absolutely.
To text Sasha Banks' personal assistant, who's in charge of her phone, to respond.
No, it says it's actually her.
Okay, yeah.
Why
and
would they
Santa's
lie?
real too. Yeah, of course.
Jack, what's on the internet? Why would it be fake? Jackal, are you telling me that this wrestler is lying to me?
Wrestling fans, don't worry. That OnlyFans model that you're subscribed to, who's actually DMing you, don't worry, it's actually her. It's okay.
So you're telling me it's actually Alexa Bliss in her DMs?
Yep. Can't confirm. It's clear.
Oh my God, it's so stupid.
This match, if Mercedes puts her whole ass into it, this could be a really good match.
Oh, she can have great matches.
Granted, I think the other women's match on the card is going to blow it out of the fucking water, but that match is also going to be gayer than hell.
Yeah.
Oh, I would like to talk about that one now, please.
Yeah, I guess we could just go right into talking about that one. For the AEW Women's World Championship, Timeless Toni Storm, your AEW Women's World Champion, defending against her lover turned enemy, Mina Shirakawa, and I assume maybe Mariah May possibly turning back up
this will
somewhere
be where we
in
really
here.
know if Mariah's sticking around or not.
Yeah, Mariah May has been a little bit more active with some like cryptic posts and things online, so there is a little bit of speculation that she may pop up and hit somebody in the head with a shoe. Which, I mean, would not be unheard of. Obviously, Timeless Toni Storm, Mina Shirakawa, and Mariah May had that love triangle that was wonderful TV. So I'm really... yes, quite wonderful TV, yes. No, I'm really... This match is going to be fucking awesome. This is going to be a great match to watch. These two women are absolutely, like, at the top of their women's divisions. Like this is what AEW should be putting all of their marketing behind. This is what AEW should be putting their branding behind. This is going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun. It's going to be violent. It's going to be a hell of a match.
And if you think there aren't going to be about 47 sexual innuendos thrown during this match, you would be mistaken.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, it just kind of happens.
I listened back to the podcast featuring Dream of the Mindful Treatment podcast, which you can go back and listen to at this very moment. You guys went back and did your homework. Mariah May's contract with AEW is done around the fall of this year, correct?
Yes.
There's still a couple months left, I believe. Okay, so
yeah, there's still some time left. Yeah.
She very well could get involved in this match, and from the sounds of what you two are saying, it sounds like it's damn near a guarantee that this girl's going to get involved in this match.
Yeah, it wouldn't be unheard of, or maybe at the very least, like maybe like an after-match run-in. It would not be unheard of for Mariah May to be the direction for them to go after this.
I think again, the J in Jackal Joker stands for AEW. Big AEW guy here. Let me pick Mina Shirakawa.
Yeah,
Shinakawa?
Mina Shirakawa. Shirakawa.
Shirakawa. Okay, let me pick her as a way to get the title off of Timeless Tony Storm. I fucking love Timeless Tony Storm to death. However, AEW, you could take a page out of WWE's book and have women's matches on your pay-per-view cards that don't exactly have a title involved in it as well. Because Timeless Tony Storm and Mariah May, at this point, since they've been feuding for, I don't know, a whole calendar year and then some now, they don't need the title anymore. That shit has been at a fever pitch for a long time.
Well, and that was kind of the whole thing with their last match, was that, and that's why we said it should have been on last when they had that match together, was that there was a giant "the end" on the screen afterwards to signify, like, hey, this is the last of this, like, this feud is done now. It was beautiful. It should have been done then. Hopefully it is. If you're going to bring Mariah May back, she probably ends up having a feud with Mina.
Okay.
Because if you bring her back to try and feud her with Tony, it just goes, all right, well, we had this beautiful finale to the whole thing. Fuck it.
Interesting. Okay. And you know what? I'm even more confident in my pick with that logic than Mike. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I think we're all thinking the same thing here, because I'm also thinking that they're going to put it on Mina to take it off of Tony, and then their next step is Mina versus Mariah. And then, you have Mariah kind of in that main title picture while she's renegotiating a contract. And it's like, all right, now we give you a bigger number, and it's, kind of makes it a little bit easier to re-sign her. I think it makes plenty of sense what they're trying to do here. The business behind it adds up. It adds up with what AEW has done before, because they always give pushes to people right before their contracts are about to expire.
Well, sometimes.
Well, if they want to keep them.
Otherwise they tell them they can't perform anywhere else, or they hide them in the back.
Yeah, like Wardlow. Just keep them in catering.
True.
Just keep them back there. But well, I guess we'll see how that one goes. But it sounds like we're definitely all thinking the same thing. And again, that's a match that is going to be entertaining and violent and just very, very good wrestling overall.
Matches that doesn't need blood, but for some reason, because it's Tony and Mina, there will be blood.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, this is going to be like this is going to be Stardom wrestling at its finest. This is women's Japanese wrestling. This is, if you want to know what that style looks like, watch this match, because that's what these two do. Then we have, for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, finally we have them being defended by not the Young Bucks, because the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, are your champions. They are with MVP. MJF is also in the Hurt Syndicate.
Oh, yeah.
And
we rock with Mark, because Mark's rocking with us.
Hell yeah, Mark. And they have a match against the Sons of Texas, which are Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara.
Yikes, bud.
This is
from the reaction of you two, that this is all filler, no killer. This sounds like it should be MJF, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and others pretty much mopping the floor with old ass Dustin Rhodes, and also Sammy Guevara's there too.
So here's the downside, okay? It's Dustin Rhodes and it's Sammy Guevara. So Sammy Guevara is going to do a bunch of flippy shit to the outside, and that's how they're going to get that, like, worrying upper hand. And because it's Dustin Rhodes and he has to prove, I'm not old, he's
the
going to do
natural.
a Canadian Destroyer. He's going to do a Canadian Destroyer to Shelton
Absolutely.
Benjamin.
On the ring apron.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, Hurt Locker should win this by a fucking mile. But there is going to be a point in this match where we go, they wouldn't. Would they? They're not going to. Are they? Because right now, I believe, unless they lost them, the Sons of Texas are still Ring of Honor tag champs.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Because nobody, unfortunately, watches Ring of Honor, so he just plays with his toys down there and puts random belts on random people.
Oh, don't worry, Mike. The Sons of Texas are not just the Ring of Honor World Tag Champs. They're also 1/3 of your Ring of Honor Trios champs.
Double
Or wait, no,
champ.
I'm sorry, because that's just Dustin Rhodes. Sammy Guevara does not have a Trios.
Oh yeah, because
title.
he's with the Von Erichs on that, right?
Right. Yeah. So if Dustin Rhodes, so if the Sons of Texas were to win this, Dustin Rhodes would have the Ring of Honor tag title, the Ring of Honor Trios title, and the AEW tag title. He'd have 3 belts.
And
he's 56.
He would have, I was going to say he would have 60 years to his name. So again, I'll take Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, please.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Listen.
I take
if your theme song says "We hurt people" and you can't beat a 56-year-old man, there's a problem. I know Tony Khan has his fucking hard on for fucking Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, and now that he's calling them the Sons of Texas, he's 100% getting ready to push them for All In Texas, guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
They better not have these fucking tag titles until All In. That better not be the fucking plan. I'll shoot myself.
When they first introduced All In Texas, like 6 months ago, right off the rip, they were like, the Von Erichs are going to be there, and so are Dustin and Sammy. Like, those were the 4 people that were announced right from the fucking jump. And I was like, if that means some of these fuckers have belts going into that's not okay.
That's
they're going to have Ring of Honor belts, I guess.
That's fine. Like I said, they don't really use Ring of Honor the right way anyways.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Which is, because we have Athena just down there putting on fucking bangers and literally 3 people in a hamster are watching.
3 people in a hamster.
Yeah.
That's the spinoff of the 3 Counting Out podcast, by the way.
So our After Dark is 2 shits and 1 fuck, and our spinoff is 3 people in a hamster?
3 people in a hamster. I unironically love that so much. Yeah, it should be Hurt Syndicate here. Easily.
So that is a tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. And then there is just a straight up regular tag team match. No championship on the line. It is FTR, Cash and Dax with Stokely as big Stokely Hathaway as their manager, going up against Danny Garcia and Nigel McGuinness coming off the commentary booth again.
Oh, yeah.
Putting on his boots one more time, giving us the best European uppercuts the world's ever seen. Oh, beautiful. But I mean, this is gonna be a hard hitting match. This is, FTR has a motto: all fists, no flips. That's this match. There ain't gonna be no flips. It's gonna be all fists.
One side is very strike heavy and like just traditional moveset heavy. The other side is very technical.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Garcia and Nigel are both very technical wrestlers. There's going to be a lot of hard hits and submissions on that side. On the other side, it's going to be a shitload of chops and power bombs.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fucking classic. This is my like sleeper match of the night. Honestly,
oh for sure.
I did
Nigel
like
can
these.
still go if he wants.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Every single time he's gotten in the ring recently, people have been like, well, he hasn't wrestled it forever. He's going to suck. And it's like, no, he fucking blows it out of the park. Like, dude's still fucking got it. He didn't necessarily have that much of a hard act anyway. Like,
well, no, and I mean, he had the kiss blown from him from Mariah May that made him able to wrestle again. So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it kissed new life into him.
For real. It happened.
I don't know which one stole the line. I think AEW was doing it first, and then WWE did it just faster, where somebody on the announcing team is getting picked on, and then somebody has to come to their defense, and all of a sudden ends up in a match.
I think WWE did it first.
Ooh.
Well, that's just it, because Nigel's been defending Tony for like a month now.
Yeah, but I think WWE got physical first, is what I like. I think.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, because Nigel's always shit talking on commentary. He's always, if someone's within earshot, he's yelling at them when they're walking by.
No, but I mean, FTR, when they decided to be like, "Grr, we're bad guys now. We're going to prove it by attacking random people." They were going to attack Tony, and Nigel stood up to him like a month and a half ago on Dynamite. And that's why I just couldn't remember if they kicked off the trend and then WWE saw it and were like, "We can do this shit in like 2 weeks," and then did.
I don't know. I think Nigel McGuinness getting in the ring makes a whole hell of a lot more sense than Pat McAfee getting in the ring, if we're being honest.
Valid.
Well, sure.
Very valid.
I mean, now, listen, the other option that WWE would have had for getting in the ring would have been Corey Graves or Wade Barrett, and most likely neither of them probably can medically, but, you know, regardless, I feel like AEW kind of got the better of the two there with Nigel McGuinness being in that position. But, I mean, yeah, this is going to be a hell of a match. This is going to be just fucking classic technical wrestling. This is going to be, you know, the story is easy to understand. And this is, FTR is at their best when they are bad guys, when they can cheat, when they can just be assholes and they can poke the eyes. They can, you know, they can do whatever they want. And this is the position that they need to be in. I think probably it's going to be FTR coming out on top, but if they want to just put a stop to the FTR story and pivot in a different direction, you could just totally do like Nigel McGuinness is just that guy. And, you know, Nigel and Daniel Garcia can just take him down.
I think that the good thing that you give Nigel here is getting back into the ring for the first time since the one all in Wembley. Yeah, look at you. See, I told you the Jackal stand for AEW.
Did he have a collision after that?
No fucking clue, Mike.
The last one that pops up in my head is Wembley.
So I think his going over his rub, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is getting into the ring. So therefore, I feel a lot more confident picking FTR here in the situation.
Yeah, I mean, it should be FTR. And by all accounts, this should be FTR winning this in a surprisingly hard fought and good match. Sleeper match of the night. Does somebody come back to attack him though?
Well, the last I heard of FTR, at least as far as I remember, was when they beat up on Old Man Canada, and I don't know how badly they beat up on Old Man Canada.
Oh, they beat him up pretty bad.
Okay, so I don't think Cope is probably going to be coming around anytime soon there, bud.
I mean, I hope not. I kind of don't want him back. No offense, we had our fun. I don't want him back ever again.
That's the only person I can think of,
unless we're gonna get Edge and Christian. Other than that, we'll see. I don't want to see him have a title. But it's just always one of those, you know, Tony has his weird Tony powers, so he gives a bump to somebody and they perform magic. I don't know what it is. I don't know the rules.
Tony Powers, aka crack, allegedly.
It's just really, really, really high quality cocaine. It's just the real good shit. And they're gonna be giving that real good shit to Mark Briscoe and Ricochet. Because Mark Briscoe and Ricochet, Battle of the Bald in a stretcher match.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Mark Briscoe.
I can't even say that because Mark Briscoe started growing his hair magically since he had to start facing Ricochet. Did you see that shit?
Yeah, he's got a little bit of stubble coming in now. Yeah, he's letting it come back in.
All of a sudden, he faces other Baldman and his hair grows. It's wild.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Mark Briscoe, I think a lot of people look at Mark Briscoe and nowadays as like a comedy guy, which is fair. Yes. He's been paired with Orange Cassidy. He's been paired with the conglomeration. I get it. Mark Briscoe is a deathmatch wrestler.
He's a violent man.
He is a violent man.
Yeah.
And he's in a stretcher match against Ricochet. Ricochet is a damn good wrestler. This is going to be a hell of a fucking match. I don't care how much shit you want to give Ricochet for how fucking horrible his promo is or how fucking much of a cuck he is. I don't give a fuck. He has amazing matches. And these high risk matches are matches that he excels in. And these violent matches are matches that Mark Briscoe excels in. And this isn't even the most violent match on the card because we still have one more match to talk about. Like, this is going to be an absolutely insane match. I have legitimately, I could not fucking tell you if it's going to be Mark Briscoe or Ricochet because either dude could win this.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that Ricochet has not been punished for all of his shit talk on Twitter going back and forth with Mr. Javon Evans. And again, like I said earlier with my logic, with Tony Khan helping out people that talk good about the company and defend him, I'm just saying, I think he helps out people who help him out. So I also think Mark Briscoe has had this title for, again, the wealth of knowledge here that is Jackal Joker. I think he's had it for a minute now. I do think it might be a Rick O'Shea win coming on in.
At what title?
You said for the Ring of Honor title, or am I hearing things?
No. This is just a stretcher match. Mark Briscoe does not have a title right now.
Oh
no.
Oh, so I was not supposed to take the bump that Tony Khan sent all of us in the mail yet. I was supposed to wait till after the podcast was done, allegedly.
Yeah, that was supposed to be like the hooray, we're done.
I wouldn't ingest anything that you get in the mail.
From Tony
also,
Khan.
Yeah, that's not spelled con. That's just can.
That's Tony. Hey, I'm gonna go run to the bathroom. I'll stick with my pick with Ricochet, though. I'll be right back, fellas.
Yeah, and actually, if you look at Ricochet's Twitter history, because fuck calling it X, he goes on there and chirps a lot because he's a bad guy. That's what he does, and he's good at it. Just like Drew's good at being on Twitter, so is he. And he picks fights with everybody to get himself noticed, which again he's good at. But I think he needs this more. I think he needs a win more to get him into a title picture. So I think Ricochet takes this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, either guy could win. I feel like right now the spotlight has been on Ricochet. You know, Mark Briscoe. I mean, it's not like Mark Briscoe hasn't been getting opportunities in AEW, and he's been getting, he's been doing absolutely an amazing job in AEW. Like, Mark Briscoe has not been getting shafted by any opportunity. It's not what I'm trying to say. Just saying right now, you look at the story, whose story is being told in this match, it's Ricochet's. And so either dude could win this match, but I feel like it's probably Ricochet coming through. I feel like that's the safe bet. But I mean, hell, it's going to be a violent match. And like I said, that's not even the last match on the card, because the last match on the Double or Nothing card is the Anarchy in the Arena match. Now,
yeah, it is.
The participants of the Anarchy in the Arena match have not been officially confirmed. However, we basically know who they're going to be.
Yeah.
Because we saw it. So, the participants have not been officially confirmed. However, recent developments on AEW programming suggest that Team Moxley, Team Death Riders, will include Gabe Kidd, the Young Bucks, Marina Shafir, Wheeler Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli, or the Elite Kazuchika Okada, because it can only be so many people. And then Swerve Strickland's Team Swerve, they're calling it.
Why not Swerve? Why not Drive? Why not?
This one's a little bit more vague, but it's looking like it could feature Kenny Omega, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, Willow Nightingale, and a lot of people were saying Mark Briscoe, but he's obviously involved in other things. So, I mean, this is going to be an absolute hell of a match. We saw a glorious, bloody, violent, chaotic gruesome cage match on Dynamite between Samoa Joe and Jon Moxley during Beach Break. That was when Gabe Kidd ran in because Samoa Joe basically had Jon Moxley beat. It was for the AEW World Championship. He basically had him fucking beat. Basically had him dead to rights because Jon Moxley's been tapping. So Joe's been choking him out week after week. So Joe goes to choke him out, and Gabe Kidd's able to kind of run down and slide in because, you know, like the steel cage, it's, you know, it's obviously got the netting and stuff, but on the corners they got like that little slit. So he slid the briefcase in that little corner part. AEW cameras absolutely horrible at picking it up because Gabe Kidd had the hoodie on the entire time. And they couldn't get his face, so even commentary was like, "Who's that? Who's coming in? What's going on?" It was absolutely chaotic. The Moxley bashed Samoa Joe over the head with the case. The Young Bucks came down. They did the fucking coin bit. Okada came down. They hit a button. The cage came up. Then the Death Riders came down. Then they went in the cage. Then they hit a button. Then the cage came down. Then they were all in the cage with Samoa Joe. They all started beating on Samoa Joe. Then Samoa Joe's friends came out. Then Swerve Strickland came out. Then the Young Bucks got scared. For some reason, the Young Bucks, who were in the cage, but Swerve Strickland was out of the cage, the Young Bucks opened the cage. I don't understand why. And then Swerve Strickland got in the cage, and the Young Bucks left, and now we're in the Anarchy in the Arena match. So that's how we got here. This match is going to be fucking crazy because this is the same match. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the same match where the Young Bucks have done, you know, like fucking exploding super kicks and fucking thumbtack super. Why is it always the Young Bucks in this match? Why is it always them?
Oh, they like hurting people? I don't know.
It feels like they're always just putting themselves in this position. I mean, it's going to be a great match to watch no matter what. It's not like the Young Bucks don't deliver. I mean, the Anarchy in the Arena match has been one of my favorite matches year after year after year. What I want to know is
it's just one of those matches. It's one of those matches where you just turn your brain off. It's violent, so you know what you're getting from it. So, I mean, it's just going to be a violent match. It's going to go one way or the other. Should the good guys win this time? Yeah. Will they? Probably not.
Okay. I think I got it.
You got all of Tony Khan's cocaine out of your system?
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, that's good because this is about to hit like crack, Jackal, because we're talking about the Anarchy in the Arena match. So we have the participants are not 100% confirmed yet, but we basically know who they are because, you know, we have eyes and it's a TV show. So what it's looking like, just to give you the rundown, you may not be familiar with all of these names, but you will be familiar with some. On Moxley's team, so it is the Death Riders. It is Jon Moxley versus Swerve Strickland. Team Moxley versus Team Strickland. So Moxley's team is called the Death Riders, and it is possibly going to be Gabe Kidd from New Japan, the Young Bucks, Marina Shafir, Wheeler Yuta, Claudio Castagnoli, or Kazuchika Okada. And then on Team Swerve, we are looking at possibly, obviously Swerve Strickland, and obviously Jon Moxley is on his team as well. But we're looking at Swerve, and then possibly Kenny Omega, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Willow Nightingale. So these are some absolutely loaded teams. Anarchy in the Arena, anything goes. Obviously, if you couldn't tell by the name. My question with this match, because Moxley's character right now, the Death Riders story right now, is that they will literally kill a man to protect the AEW World Championship, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So if they are in a match where there are literally no rules, what is to stop them from literally killing their opponent?
Well,
because again,
the belt's not on the line.
But again, this is a match where the Young Bucks have used an exploding super kick.
Yeah, and again, we don't have to actually worry about any of them. It's the other guy on the team we got to fucking worry about. He might actually kill a man. Gabe Kidd,
Yeah, I mean, Gabe Kidd is a dangerous motherfucker.
Yeah,
He's I really wish they would have brought him into this Death Riders group a whole lot sooner.
I don't.
No?
I'd have felt really bad for anybody in AEW.
No? Why? You're not a fan of Gabe Kidd?
Oh no, I am. It's just there's a lot of people in AEW that would have stitches right now.
Well, listen, that's what the Death Riders needed. It would have been a whole lot better than Marina Shafir just standing there menacingly staring at Hardcam.
She's just standing there menacingly.
Like at least Willow Nightingale is involved in the Anarchy in the Arena match, so that way Marina Shafir can be. But what was she doing this entire time? You know what I mean? And so it's just one of these things where I'm just looking at this match and I'm like, they're definitely just putting Jon Moxley in this match because they want him to do some crazy shit under no DQ. And like I said before, the Young Bucks have been in, I'm pretty sure, every Anarchy in the Arena match, which means they're just putting themselves in this because they want to be in this spot. Again, I love Anarchy in the Arena matches. They are fucking awesome to watch. They are spectacles. They are entertainment. They are violent. They are batshit insane. I cannot pull my eyes away from the screen, but the booking behind this one just seems a little lazy.
You're going to say something, Jekyll?
I know that the wrestling Twitter, as fun as it can be at times, I know they are not a fan of the Death Riders at the moment, and I don't like wrestling fans on Twitter. So to go against what they want and what they like, I'll take the Death Riders, please.
Oh, it should be the Death Riders. It absolutely should be.
There we go. See? Logic sound backed up by Era V1. You're welcome, America.
It
Don't think too hard.
Will be. Just because, I mean, when you have a team comprised of all those people, I think, it's going to be a lot of them doing a lot of crazy shit. And really, on the flip side, the only person you have that's going to do that is Swerve and Willow. Because Willow's not afraid of some violence. And I think she's going to be the one to really bring Marina into that. And then Swerve, we've seen what Swerve's willing to do. I think Smojo's going to beat the shit out of some people. I think Powerhouse Hobbs probably going to put somebody through, something. I don't know what yet, but definitely something. But I wouldn't
multiple
be surprised
tables
if it's or like a wall or some shit.
Or a wall.
A wall.
Yeah, I mean, you remember back in the day, Brock Lesnar put people through walls.
Very true.
Yeah.
Solid pick, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, again, the match is going to be, it's going to be a hell of a match to watch. It's going to be, Anarchy in the Arena is always a spectacle. Double or Nothing is always a spectacle. It's just with Anarchy in the Arena this year, it's one of those things where it's like, the Young Bucks didn't really show up until this cage match last week that they just inserted themselves into because it's Anarchy in the Arena. And Moxley's just in this because he's a violent guy, and like I feel like honestly the World Championship match that they did at Beach Break should have happened at Double or Nothing, and Anarchy in the Arena could have been used for something else. I don't know what else, but it could have been used for something else.
Since I know one of you saw this on Twitter earlier, I think anyways, WWE and the NBA have been talking a lot.
Oh Jesus, because of fucking Knicks and Pacers in the finals, and they had them both on a single SmackDown show back in New York. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so there's Tyrese Halliburton's going to be on Raw tonight. Oh boy.
Yippee.
And did you saw the thing about them talking about like SummerSlam? There's going to be a lot of guys trying to get on the card. I'm sorry.
No.
Keep your fucking professional athletes away from my entertainment, goddammit. They don't know how to fucking act.
Mike.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to fucking wrestle.
Mike.
You're going to hurt somebody. Knock it off.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen because remember, there are 3 unannounced, unconfirmed NBA superstars in a WWE 2K25 DLC pack coming later this year.
Well, as somebody going to SummerSlam, I don't give a fuck about NBA people at all.
Right, exactly. Why would you?
And I think we should end episode 1 because we have a whole nother episode to record, boys. Oh! That's right. We got part 2. So that's going to do it for episode number 72 of the 3 Count Out podcast. Go ahead and follow and subscribe and leave a comment. Let us know what you thought of Saturday night's main event, Double or Nothing. They probably already happened at this point. Let us know what you thought. I'm interested to know. We'll read out your comments on air. If you want to find more of me, you can find me over at twitch.tv/EraV1 or youtube.com/EraV1 music.
If you cannot find me at your mother's house, don't worry. That's the last place I was currently found at. YouTube.com/JackalJoker or twitch.tv/JackalJoker work just as good.
If you like me, listen to this, download it, give it a thumbs up, and listen to it again. If you don't like me, you can find me being the hair in your drain.
Ew.
Oh,
ew.
yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, every now and then you gotta pull me out.
Why is it? Oh, the beard. Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotta think.
say it certainly ain't from your hair.
You know,
No.
I know we normally end these episodes with some sort of traumatic injury or something of the sorts. But we do have to record a second part. That may not be productive. I mean, I'm totally down to just not do that this week. But I mean, it's totally up to...
He fell for my trap yet again, Mike. He fell right into that hole that I perfectly carved right into the... what?
Jekyll.
Yeah.
Look at his leg. God.
Listen. He should be thankful that we unfroze him from his hyperbolic sleep to begin with, because I heard
my alarm did not go off.
My Google set an alarm for the May 19th of 2026. So he's lucky that I even remember to do this. So here, let me climb down here. He fell down the hole. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. What's going on?
I got the camera.
Jesus Christ. Use your fucking walkie-talkie.
Mike, come over. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you a lot better now. Over.
Mike, I got the pin down here. Over.
All right, I'll pin it. Over. 1, over. 2, over. 3, over.
Thank you, good buddy. How the fuck are we going to record next week's episode? Over.
I don't know. I wasn't the one that dropped him in a fucking hole.
Yeah.
Over.